Alright, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to break down the UFC Fight Night card of Della Maddalena versus Prates going down in Perth. Of course, this is a very early card for us Americans here on the East Coast. 4 a.m. start time, so it's just an early morning. For the ones on the West Coast, 1 a.m. start time, so might just have to pull an all-nighter. I'm excited for this. Feels like the day before Christmas because I think this card is going to be great. I think this main event is going to be maybe the best fight of the year. It's probably one of the most intriguing fights we're gonna get, if not the most intriguing for me, like just stylistically and also just how it's gonna play out. I think it's gonna be a very fun fight. Looking at the picture now, they both have very similar hairlines, but I think the fight is so interesting. Two different styles. They haven't really fought one guy who's like another, so it's not something super great to base it on, but I'm excited, man. This is gonna be really fucking good. So let's get straight into it. We got a really good slate of fights. First up, Dom Marfan versus Cody Steele. Very good fight to start off the card. I think it's gonna be fight of the night potential. It's gonna be a scrap. Cody Steele, he's a combat BJJ guy, so of course he has some great jiu-jitsu and also deals damage, kind of like Bia Mesquita. I'm pretty sure she also comes from that background. He's got good wrestling along with it, so he can get it to the ground and use his BJJ. Some decent boxing, but he did get outboxed by Rong Zhu in their little scrap they had a while ago, who is of a similar stature to Dom Marfan. Dom Marfan, he's going to be the better guy at range here with good jab, high kicks, hooks. Like, he's very good there, dangerous as well, good speed. He also has some good clinch work, so if he stuffs some takedowns, gets it into the clinch, he has good knees and elbows there. He also has pretty good takedown defense and the ability to not be controlled. Along with also, if he gets on top, he could create some ground and pound opportunities, land some damage on the ground. And I think he has the advantage. He's going to be at a disadvantage in the grappling. Like, Cody Steele definitely the better grappler and more effective there. But I think on the feet, he's going to have an advantage there. Like I said, the clinch, the longer range game, he's gonna do some damage there, do some good work. Especially if he starts stuffing takedowns. He has some good pressure as well, which is going to limit the availability of takedown entries. So I think Dom Marfan will get this one done late TKO or a decision. I see that, like round 2 or 3 TKO or decision. Next up, we have Jonathan Mikalev versus Temba Garimbo. Temba Garimbo, not very good of a striker. He likes to wrestle and just control. He's not like really a good sub guy, you know. He's just not very good. And Mikalev, I think he's pretty good. I think he's had 2 fights in the UFC. He's big. He has a really nice frame. And he's also fast and explosive with it, too. Like, his boxing isn't great. His boxing, he did get outboxed and was getting, like, tagged up, hurt a little bit by Oban Elliott in his last fight at 325. But he was able to get into a clinch and I think take him down from there and get a pretty nasty fucking rear naked choke sub. Slept him. And he has good subs all around, like from the back, front headlock positions from the bottom. And I think in the striking, he's going to have an advantage because he has really good kickboxing. His kicks are fast, really powerful, jerky like kicks. He could land some straights down the pipe too, but I think he's going to win this in the grappling. I have him maybe a head kick, but I think he's going to get this done by grappling, like round 1 or 2 submission for him. I think he's an advantage in the grappling and on the feet. So I think this should be a pretty, maybe not easy, but one-way traffic for him. I think Mikalev should be able to get this done by finish early. I could see a KO too, but I'm going to go with sub. I'll go with sub for him. Next up, we have Ben Johnson versus Wes Schultz. Wes Schultz, bro, he's like that type of fighter where it's no striking, no wrestling, straight jiu-jitsu. He's not good. He doesn't have good physicality or athleticism. He has no power on the feet. He's not like, goddamn, itchy. But he's nothing. Because that's what he's good jiu-jitsu and that's it. He can't do nothing. He's bad defense and offense in the striking. Like, he sucks. He's soy, if you want to call him that. But Ben Johnson, on the other hand, I think he's been out for 2 years because he retired from MMA, but he's back now. I'm sure you've already heard it, was a training partner for Izzy for the Alex rematch. Eternal MMA champ, which is a pretty good promotion down there in Perth. Muay Thai world champ. He has good kickboxing. He has some sneaky subs as well. I think he's like a lot of rear naked chokes in his record. Only has 6 fights, but a lot of them. And Like he's good. Like he's Muay Thai and kickboxing is very good. So he's good at range, good in the clinch. He has good knees, elbows, and I think he gets this one done. I think he's gonna get a knockout in round 1 or 2. I think he's gonna knock him out. It's gonna look like the penis fight. I think. Like it's just West Shoals trying to go for panic takedowns, can't get him, and just gets rocked in the feet and just beat the fuck up. I think Ben Johnson's gonna make this look really easy. I think West Schultz is not good. He's not UFC material. He's not good, and he's gonna get fucked up in this fight. Next up, Colby Thickness and Vince Morales. This is one of 3 fights where I've kind of been going back and forth. Oh fuck! Like I said, the main event, Tim Elliott, Urseg, and then this one as well. But honestly, I'm gonna go with Morales. Not high confidence, but Colby Thickness, I think he really sucks in the striking. His last fight with his name Musasa or some shit, looked really bad in the striking. Looked like he had fucking Bambi legs, didn't know how to walk or like move around. He has good wrestling and grappling though. Like he does get there. He's good scrambles and ground and pound. He can control well. So that's one thing, because Vince Morales does like to go for like front chokes and stuff. He almost submitted Elijah Smith. So if he gets those front headlock type of chokes or goes for them, he could end up on bottom, lose on damage, or like just control. But also he has good pressure on the feet. And he has an advantage on the feet. I think he's better on the feet than Colby Thickness. He also has good grappling, Vince Morales. So I think that with the pressure on the feet, the good amount of grappling, which, like I said, the pressure like kind of limits the amount of takedowns. It's hard to shoot takedowns off the back foot, or if you're just getting your ass beat. And I think he's going to be able to do more damage. He might get controlled for a little bit of this fight, but I think he's going to get more damage on the feet and be able to scramble well on the ground, threaten subs, and I think he gets this one done by decision. I'm going to go Vince Morales by decision in this one. Next up, Jacob Malkoun versus Gerald Meerschaert. The odds are crazy for that. I think it's like minus 1,100. Jesus. Malkoun or Meerschaert, bro, like it's done. Like he doesn't take damage well at all. He's moves like he's fucking 80 years old. He's done. Like he shouldn't be fighting anymore. He's taking a lot of damage, getting hit clean. He can't go into the 3rd round, have his little master class that he does. And Jacob Malkoun, he's a good grappler. Like he's got decent boxing. He's not very dangerous. Like you saw in the Torres Finney fight. Torres Finney just came out and made a video. Said I thought he got injured at the end of the first, or the end of the fight, whatever it was. But it was like he said the first 15 seconds he blew out his ACL on both meniscus. Or blew out his ACL, then later on in the fight, I think he blew both meniscus. It's like, come on. Can't finish that guy. So I think he's going to get a finish here because Jared Meerschaert is just no durability anymore. He's open to be hit and gets knocked down. I think Malkoun gets like a finish here, around 1 or 2, like TKO. I think he get a TKO here. I was maybe thinking about a sub, like a Kyle Dawkins, like, club and sub, hurt him on the feet, latch up a sub. I could see that as well, but I think Malkoun probably get like a ground and pound TKO here. I think he'll hurt him on the feet in the boxing, knock him down, TKO, ground and pound, around 1 or 2. So I think we're seeing a lot of finishes on this prelims. Next up, Junior Tafa versus Kevin Christian. And yes, like a lot of others, I'm picking Junior Tafa in this matchup. I think it's the right pick. Kevin Christian, a big, long, rangy guy who likes to stay out that outside range. He can't really grapple or wrestle well. He has durability. And Junior Tafa, on the other hand, he's not terrible on the feet. Like, he's pretty good on the feet. Like, he has good kickboxing, and he's dangerous. Like, he has a really nice right hand down the middle. He has good low kicks. Like, obviously, no grappling, but he has decent takedown defense. Especially at the beginning of fights, he has decent takedown defense. Like, he can defend takedowns. So I think, like, if Kevin Christian likes to stay at the long ranges, kick, whatever, I think Junior Tafa's going to be able to, get past that, land big shots. I think he's going to get him out of there round 1. He's going to get a round 1 knockout. He hurts a lot of his opponents. Like, he hurt Billy Anacona, which is good. Billy Anacona is pretty fucking good. Fighting Iwo Barnowski soon. That's going to be a good fight. But, yeah, I think he's going to get a knockout here. I think he'll be able to keep it on the feet. And while it's on the feet, I think he's got to have an advantage. Power, just technique and skill. I think he gets this one done. Knockout round 1 for Junior Tafa. Now, for Cam Robston and Robert Brychek, this is a very fun fight. I think this could be a scrap. This could be fight of the night. Actually, the main event could be. So there's a lot of fight of the night contenders. I think this is one of them. This would be really good. Cam Robston has a really good jab, low kick, just overall kickboxing. He has a very nice, dynamic kicking ability. He has really good clinch work and movement. Good takedown defense if Brajcek decides to wrestle. And he did look a little shaky at times versus Brundage. Like, Brundage was landing some big shots on him. But, I don't know. I like his fight IQ. I like his movement overall. His head movement's pretty good. Like, he got hit with big shots, but not, like, super clean. Brajcek is going to be primarily a boxer, so he's open to those kicks, like low kicks. And I think the movement will kind of stunt him a little bit. He has been jabbed and kicked before, like by Iho Prateria. That's who he lost to. He was jabbed, kicked at range, and I think Cameron Ross will be able to do the same thing to him. Also, Brajcek, he is dangerous though in the pocket. Like, he likes to get in the pocket, throw big hooks. He's dangerous there, so he could catch Cameron Ralston. It is an iffy fight just because of that like danger factor, and Cameron Ralston can be hittable. But I think, Ralston will get this one done. Late TKO, like a poured on type of TKO, or a decision. I'm going with him in this one. I like Cameron Ralston. I think he's really good. I think he's a very good prospect. And I mean, prospects have been a little shaky this year. Younger guys, like especially like the higher weight classes. It's just like there's not that many good guys outside the rankings in the higher weight classes. And you just come up, beat their ass, and then you get a real test, and you're kind of fucked up. We've seen that at lightweight a lot this year. So my picks for the prelims: Ralston late TKO decision, Junior Tafa early TKO, Malkoun early TKO, Morales decision, Ben Johnson TKO early, Mikalev sub early, and then Don Marfan late TKO or decision. So good slate of fights. Now for Tai Tuivasa versus Louis Sutherland. Yeah. Louis Sutherland just got knocked out like 5-6 weeks ago by Brno Pericic. Not a bad knockout, kind of just like it was just a regular TKO. He does wrestle when things get tough, which is good, but I think it's like that blob, like this type of like wrestling, which is it's not good. It's not effective. And it will be probably effective versus Tai Tuivasa. And yes, he looked bad against Talashin Teixeira, but he still almost won that fight. Like, he was very close to winning it and finishing it multiple times. And I think Talashin is better than Louis Sutherland. Both these guys just aren't good, but I think he's better. He's more proven, more experienced. I think this time he's actually going to get it done. Tai Tuivasa, I think he'll win this one. And the crowd's going to go fucking crazy. I'm excited. I'm rooting for Tai Tuivasa so bad. I want to see a fucking shoey. The crowd is going to be insane. And this fight's going to be at what, like 7:30, 7:15 in the morning. So it's like, dude, it's going to wake me up and really get me hyped for the main card. But I think Tai Tuivasa is going to get it done. I trust in him to get a TKO here round one. I can even see maybe winning a decision. Because Louis Sutherland, obviously he's like the guy who's on roids. Before the UFC had that one picture, I think it was like the LFL. He was like on Tapology. And then I actually want to make a video. Best Tapology pictures. That's definitely going to be in there. Louis Sutherland. I think, like, he's not on roids anymore. He has two hard fights, like Walter Walker, Brno Pericic. But at the end of the day, bro, like, Tai Tuivasa, it's probably at this point it's definitely worse than those guys, but still, I think Tai Tuivasa could get it done. I'll pick him by knockout, but it's iffy, of course, because Louis Sutherland could win a decision as well by wrestling. Next up, Shamil Gaziev versus Brno Pericic. Allah's gonna punish Shamil Gaziev. I saw Shamil Gaziev on a video with Jaden Cable. He was like, "Yeah, man, there's so many beautiful women here, super beautiful women in Australia." I'm pretty sure that's what he was said, and I swear, like, looking at women or doing anything with women, even like touching them or like talking to them is haram or some shit. I don't know. I guess he's Muslim. Like, look at the beard. But I think he's going to get punished here. I think Brno Pericic is a terrible matchup for him. Brno Pericic, good kickboxing, good clinch work, good takedown defense, moves well, fast. Shamil Gaziev is pretty fast as well, but he likes to blitz with no defense. He's against Walter Cortez, and Walter Cortez. Castro was just able to, like, bob and weave. He has really good head movement, of course, and like rolls with shots pretty well, and then able to land a counter right hand, knock him down, and then just kind of walk up like this, and then bomb the right hand. So I think Brno Pericic is gonna get this one done. I think he's gonna knock him out. Shamil Gaziev gets tired really quick too. He tries to like push a pace, but doesn't really have the cardio to push a pace. So I could see Brno Pericic getting like a later round 1 TKO, round 2 maybe just like keeping it calm. Shamil maybe being more aggressive at the beginning. But overall, Brno Pericic gets it done. I think he's a better fighter here. He's, like I said, faster, better striker, good takedown defense. He's a good technical prospect for the heavyweight division. I think Bruno Perez is pretty good, and yeah, I think he gets this one done. Knockout round 1, maybe round 2. Now Marwan Rahiki versus Ali Schmidt from New Zealand. I think he fights out of City Kickboxing. I don't know who this guy is. Ali Schmidt. I'm glad Rahiki's on the card. If it was just against Jack Jenkins, that would be a sick fight. I maybe would have picked Jack Jenkins as well. But Marwan Rahiki, I don't know this Ali Schmidt guy. I haven't looked at him. It's pretty short notice. I think it was like a day or two ago. It got confirmed. But Marwan Rahiki, of course, has really nice kickboxing, fast hands, good kicks, very hittable, bad defense. It's going to bite him in the ass soon, for sure. He's getting tagged up by fucking Harry Hardwick at all people, but I think here, guys can be on a short notice. Rahiki has a lot of momentum. I think he's going to get done later TKO, like round 2 or 3 TKO. Because he doesn't have a lot of power, but he has crazy output and he really pours it on. Like he's going to take a bunch to give a bunch. Or take a bunch to give a bunch more, you should say. So I think he'll be able to get this on, pour it on Ali Schmidt, and get him out of there in round 2 or 3. It's not much to it. I don't really know Ali Schmidt. I can't give a crazy breakdown. Another fight I was saying I'm back and forth on, Tim Elliott versus Steve Erceg. Whew. Tim Elliott, of course. He's probably going to want to go to the wrestling grappling. He has good at takedown entries, very good offensive grappling. Steve Erceg, on the other hand, does have good defensive grappling. Like you saw it against Pantoja, but was that like maybe just a good night for Steve Erceg? Because he hasn't looked great after getting knocked out by Kakar France. Lost to fucking shit Moreno. I'm not saying he's shit overall, but recently he's been pretty shitty. And then had a tough time with Ode Osborne. It could be just because it was short notice, up a weight class. And Ode's a pretty big guy. He's powerful. Had a hard time and won that through the grappling. Offensively, which he may have some success here if he wants to offensively grapple against Tim Elliott. But Tim Elliott has won like 4 out of his last 5 fights against pretty good opponents. And the trickiness of him, the unorthodox, erratic behavior of Tim Elliott may come in handy for a guy like Steve Erceg, likes to stay on that, be composed, snipe a little bit, lower output. Could be successful. But I still think Steve Erceg, I trust in his defensive grappling. Tim Elliott's still looking good, though. I'm going to have to think about this more. I think Steve Erceg's going to win. I'm going to pick him by, I think he's a better striker here. Has not looked impressive at all in his recent performances. Even against Pantoja, he looked good, but he didn't get robbed or anything, nothing like that. And I think Steve Erceg by decision. I'm going to go with him here. If he pick, I think he's going to get it done by decision. Now, Killen Salkiod versus Benil Dariush. Like I was saying earlier, we've seen at lightweight, these younger guys having a hard time coming up the division. But I think he's better than who was it? Chris Duncan. I think he's better than a Ribovics. I never was high on Ribovics. I picked Gamrot to beat him. I was a little bit higher on Chris Duncan, but Chris Duncan usually in brawls and Moicano fought him very technically, which was obviously a great idea. Jab him up, check kicks, and just easily win. So, but I think those guys are a little different. Like Gamrot for Ribovics, it's two different styles. Like that's like a volume striker with no power, not great takedown defense or grappling that has been shown, versus a very volume grappler. Moicano versus Duncan, a guy who's pretty durable, good overall game, versus a guy who, like I said, hasn't been fought very technically. Now, in this fight, we have Benil Dariush, a guy who's beat both Gamrot and Moicano especially last year, not too long ago. But the thing is just fucking Dariush's chin, bro. Like, if it gets into, round 2 or 3, Killen Salkiod can slow down. We saw, Ashmuz be able to have a good little bit with him, good couple rounds or round it was. Benil Dariush, it's just his chin, though. Like, if it gets into round 2 and 3, I might fucking live bet on Dariush. I might actually do that. So yeah, I might do that with him. But Dariush, I think he's very good. He could win this if he had a chin and defense. Obviously, if my fucking grandma had a dick, she'd be my grandpa. Benil Dariush, I think he's good enough to win. I wouldn't be super surprised if he wins, but I think Killen Salkield, he's shown a good overall game. Like, he's got a really nice right hand, good hand speed, good power. Like I said, he can slow down, but I'm going to go with Killen Salkield here. It was the same thing with the BSD fight. Like, BSD's a bit better in that regard of being well-rounded and stuff than Killen Salkield. But it's still like, I was like, okay, BSD, he's going to win just because of Dariush's chin and his like defense. Like, Dariush's defense isn't great either. He likes to like stand and trade and brawl and like kind of plant his feet, which obviously it's not going to be good when you have no chin. So I think Beneil Dariush, he could win. I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm going to pick Killen Salkield here just because of the power difference and just how Dariush just got fucking put in a doggy style, dude. Like, not a big shot behind the ear. So, yeah, I'm going to pick Killen Salkield by a round 1 knockout, maybe round 2. But if it gets past like the midpoint of this fight, I'm going to be a little worried for my pick. Now for the main event, I did do a breakdown for this fight, a separate video, about 20 minutes long. So if you're interested, go check it out. I'm going to talk a little bit about it here, kind of summarize it. So what we see from this fight for me comes down to disrupting the rhythm. Obviously, it's not some groundbreaking take. It's not like, oh shit, you cracked the code. No. Because a lot of strikers operate in the rhythm, but I feel like especially for Carlos Prates, he's a rhythm guy. You really see it before his finishes. Before he gets a finish over someone, he starts landing the knees. You know, he starts timing well. He starts moving with more confidence. You really see it with him. You even see it in the Ian Gary fight, round 4. At the end of round 4, he started doing really good. Not like the finishing sequence at round 5, because that was just a takedown bullshit. Out of takedown. I'm talking on the feet. He actually started to have some success with Gary. Time the knee, time the left hand. We're going to get into that in a second. But Jack Della Maddalena, obviously, very high pressure, good volume boxing, very defensively sound at range. In the pocket, it can be hit a little bit, but Carlos Prates doesn't operate well in the pocket, especially when it gets in those tighter exchanges. Carlos Prates likes to back up a lot and like kind of does use lateral movement, but also sometimes hands down, chin out, feet together, squared up, so it opens a lot for a really technical, good guy like Jack Della Maddalena. And, you know, there is, like, we know what these guys could do. We know what Jack Della Maddalena, he's going to outbox Prates. He's going to be winning this fight. But I'm just saying, like, the overall rhythm. Like, there's parallels in the Jeff Neal and Prates fight. Like, Jeff Neal had some success. And he's like a worse version of JDM kind of in that regard of the Prates fight. And then Prates is a better version of, like, Ronnie Brown and Kevin Holland kind of just operating at range. Longer guys who also, like, kind of back up with, like, how Prates does and defends those entries from JDM. But I think Prates has way more tools, and JDM has way less tools than like an Ian Gary, and Prates has more tools than those guys JDM has fought to disrupt the rhythm. The things that, like, Trevor Giles had a really good performance for the most part until he got knocked out versus Prates, until he started to find that range. Trevor Giles was doing nice work in the boxing, body head, but really good, like, kicks from him, like, and especially the lead leg kicks. Touching Prates' lead leg, I think that's something you have to do. Ian Gary did a really good job of that. Obviously, overall, his kicks were great. Going to the bodies, going to the left arm of Prates, that was very good. And even doing that while going forward with combos, like kicking. And, you know, the lead leg, hand fighting much better. Boxing was there as well for Ian Gary. But I think JDM can't do that. He obviously has a boxing, and also one thing Ian Gary did, he didn't like let off and allow resets, like where it's like, okay, he was in his face kicking or something. You finish a combo, he's still there. He's still like doing something, showing, feinting, or kicking, or doing something. JDM sometimes, especially like I saw it against Bilal, Holland, and stuff, he kind of does a combo and kind of resets, like he lets him get back. You can't do that against Prates. That's something in the 4th round when Ian Gary kind of let off that for a little bit and Prates was on the front foot. He was able to time and he got momentum very quickly. But then Ian Gary was able to stop the momentum with the same tools that he had been using. Like, JDM can low kick and body kick and teep kick. Well, he did against Bilal and stuff. But I don't think he could high kick at the rate. He's not going to wrestle a lot. And I don't think, looking at the Leon Edwards fight, someone with a lot of wrestling or a wrestling heavy approach who got Carlos Prates in a dangerous position more than Ian Gary, I don't think that's going to be effective either. I think he's still going to be able to find his range. I think Carlos Prates will be able to teep him, play with the lead leg of JDM, low kicks, high kicks, time knees, time his jab. He's been moving better. I'm going with Carlos Prates by knockout, round 2 or 3. I think he's going to find it here. Very iffy pick. I would not be surprised. I think JDM is being a little overlooked by the people picking Carlos Prates, saying he's like overrated and hasn't found anyone good, but I think that's a lie. I'm going JDM though. I'm going Carlos Prates. It's 50-50, bro. I'm like 51-49 Carlos Prates, but I think he's going to win this by knockout round 2 or 3. I don't think JDM's overrated or ass or fought shitty opponents. I think he's still very good. I'm going to pick Carlos Prates by knockout though. If JDM wins, it could be a mid to late round knockout or a decision. But I think Prates will get this one done by knockout. I'll see you guys in the recap probably in about 24 hours. So, see ya.